Well, his year-end interview with the stenographers at the Canadian Press was slightly less romantic than his year-ender with Rosemary Barton, but it gives us a hint. Trudeau's going to smear and name-call everyone who's against him. He's going to call them all bigots. And the media is absolutely going to go along with it. Let me read this a bit. This is an interview that Trudeau did with Joan Bryden of the Canadian Press, who really is a liberal activist in everything but name. She's embedded at the Canadian Press. If liberals are in trouble, she's their go-to girl. So here's her best effort on Trudeau's behalf as published on the CTV website. That's what's so pernicious about Canadian Press, is it's run in so many different media. So let me read from this. The headline, obviously, Trudeau sees 2019 election as choice between positive Liberals, divisive Tories. Well, there you have it right there. That's Trudeau's plan, and it's the media's plan too. They're going along with it even now. Let me read some more. Justin Trudeau says he's confident he'll win re-election next fall by sticking to a positive, thoughtful approach to difficult issues, in contrast to the Conservatives, whom he accuses of resorting to bumper sticker slogans that prey on voters' fears and prejudices. Hey guys, I'm going to run a positive, upbeat campaign, people. Unlike that bastard Scheer and that idiot Singh, and to hell with those idiots like Kenny and Ford. I will not sink to their low level and call those bastards names. I will not be disgusting like them. Oh, they're gross. I will continue to campaign like an angel, and I won't say a hard word. Butter wouldn't melt in my mouth. That reminds me of the old joke. I've told you 1,000,000 times, don't exaggerate. But instead of calling out the inherent lie in this whole commentary, Canadian Press and CTV and the rest of the media love it. And they run with it uncritically. That's the point. Trudeau said it, so they stenography it. They just report it as it is. But for God's sakes, do you have to be so passive and submissive as to not even challenge it? Let me read some more. I think one of the big distinctions that we see around the world right now is folks who want to exacerbate, amplify, and exaggerate those fears for short-term political gain versus those who are trying to thoughtfully allay those fears, Trudeau said in a year-end roundtable with the Ottawa Bureau of the Canadian Press. This is from the guy who says the planet will be consumed in fires and floods if we don't bring in his carbon tax. But don't fearmonger, people. Don't do it. Stop your fearmongering and pay the carbon tax, or we're going to be consumed by fire. Stop fearmongering. How can you report that with a straight face? How can anyone even trust the media anymore? Let me read some more. Obviously, it's easier to spook someone than it is to explain a complex answer. I go to Trudeau for the hard stuff, right? But I fundamentally believe in trusting citizens' capacity to be thoughtful about where we're going, and that is what I am going to be putting forward as a vision for our politics, for our country, and by extension, I think for the whole world. Really? He believes in trusting grassroots citizens, does he? Then why, just to pick one example, didn't he even allow a debate in Parliament about the UN Global Migration Compact? Just for one example. Why, for example, did he require every small business owner in the country to sign a moral attestation that they personally agree with Justin Trudeau's own views on things like abortion before they were allowed to apply for a summer jobs grant? You trusting voters? You don't trust voters. He doesn't believe in the grassroots anything. He was born an elite, and he lives like an elite. He jets to Billionaire's Island in the Bahamas and lies about it, hides it. He hired 2 nannies on the taxpayer's dime. What, he can't afford to hire his own nanny like the rest of us do? He breached the Conflict of Interest Act, the first prime minister in history to be convicted of breaking that law. He hates the little people, and it shows. That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show, weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every day I do a monologue, interview a guest, and read my fan mail and my hate mail. To subscribe, go to therebel.media/shows.